Here we have the integral of 4x to the third plus 10x squared minus x minus 2 dividing by x squared plus 3x plus 2. And for this type of integral, if we look at the polynomial on the top here, the degree is 3, and the polynomial on the bottom here, the degree is 2. So whenever the polynomial on the top, if the polynomial degree is higher, then we have to first divide this fraction here, this quotient here, using polynomial long division. So first we need to go ahead and divide this using polynomial long division. And so here we set up the polynomial long division. The top here will go inside, and then the bottom here will go outside. And so to divide polynomials, first we'll divide x squared into 4x to the third. So divide x squared into 4x to the third. So 4x to the third dividing by x squared, and this will give us 4x. And so the 4x, we place it right here. And then we have to subtract 4x times this from this. And so we need to do 4x times x squared plus 3x plus 2. And this will be 4x to the third plus 12x squared and plus 8x. So 4x times x squared is 4x to the third, and then 4x times 3x is 12x squared, and then 4x times 2 is 8x. And we'll subtract this from this. And so be careful when doing the subtraction here. So this is 4x to the third minus 4x to the third, which is 0. And then this is 10 minus 12x squared. So 10 minus 12x squared, that will give us negative 2x squared. And this is just like negative 1. So negative 1 minus 8, and that will be negative 9. So negative 1 minus 8 is negative 9. And then bring the rest of the terms here down. And then repeat the process all over again. So this time we'll divide x squared into negative 2x squared. So divide x squared into negative 2x squared. And this will be negative 2. And then we place the negative 2 right here. And then we need to do negative 2 times this, and then subtract it, subtract the result from this. So we need to do negative 2 times that. So we get negative 2x squared. And then negative 2 times 3 is minus 6x. And negative 2 times 2 is minus 4. So negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 3 is minus 6. And then negative 2 times 2 is minus 4. And then we'll subtract this from this. So we subtract So here we have negative 2 minus negative 2. That's going to be 0. And then here we have negative 9 minus negative 6. Negative 9 minus negative 6. And that will be positive 3. That'd be negative 3. Negative 9 minus 6 is the same as negative 9 plus 6. And then this is negative 2 minus negative 4, which is the same as negative 2 plus 4. And so that would be plus 2. And so this is x squared, and this is x to the first, and we cannot divide anymore. So this is called the remainder. And to write the remainder, we write it like this. So this is going to equal to 4x minus 2. That's the 4x minus 2 here. And then plus the remainder, which is negative 3x. Plus 2, and then dividing by the x squared plus 3x plus 2. So dividing by the denominator here. So that's how we write the remainder. And so now we can start the integration process. And so the original integral becomes this. The antiderivative of 4x squared, that's just going to be 4x, antiderivative of 4x. And so it would be 4x squared divided by 2. Antiderivative for the constant 2 be just 2x, and then plus, and then we have to do this last part here, dx. And so right here, now we have to do partial fraction decomposition for this part. And so now we need to decompose this. So this is the, first let's go ahead and factor the denominator here. X squared plus 3x plus 2, the factors are x plus 2, and then x plus 1. And this can be rewritten as some constant a dividing by the first factor, and then plus some constant b dividing by x, the second factor. So this is the process of partial fraction decomposition. And then here we have a fraction plus a fraction, so we can do cross multiplication. So it'd be a times x plus 1, and then b times x plus 2, and then dividing by the product of the two denominators, so the x plus 2, and then x plus 1. So once again, cross multiply a times x plus 1, b times x plus 2, and then dividing by the product of the two denominators here. And so now that we have, we end up with this, and if we look at the two denominators here, they're the same, and therefore the two numerators have to be the same. So the negative 3x plus 2 has to be the same as this. And then to figure out what's A and what's B, think of something that we can place. We can replace x with that would make this factor 0. And so we can replace x with negative 1. Then in the place of x, we have negative 1. This is negative 1 times negative 3, which is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0, so we get 0a. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1, and then we get 1b. So b is 5. And then to figure out what b is, what a is, pick something that will make this factor 0. So we'll pick negative 2. Then in the place of x, we have negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. Negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. Negative 1 plus 2 is negative 1 times a, so it'll be negative 1a. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0, so we get 0. And then multiply both sides by negative 1, so a will be negative 8. And so this integral right here will be this. And then we found that b is 5 and 8 is negative 8. So this is negative 8 and this is 5. And then we can separate this. And then we can move the negative 8 and place it in front of the integral. and then move the 5 here and place it in front of the integral. And recall from integral of natural log, we have recorded the integral of 1 over x plus a dx. This is the natural log of x plus a. And so this becomes negative 8 times the natural log of x plus 2, and then plus 5 times the natural log of x plus 1. And so that's for this part. And so the answer for the original integral right here would be 4x squared divided by 2, that is 2x squared, and then minus 2x, and then this integral right here, we have this. And then plus c. And this is the answer.